Well, why don't we? Crime sounds fun. They say crimes occur wherever the detective goes. One of these days, if I feel like it, I might drop by to Bullier. Oh, and there is also something here about the Cheister Sister Corps. Wait, I don't want to hear it all at once. You've got to pause a bit for dramatic effect. Okay, that'll do it. Ah, I finally grew my right arm back. Do the left one now, please. Let's have some tea first. Erica, bring in a can of black tea and the pot of dried plums. Yes, my master. With this particular journey over and done with, the Voyager witches rested their wings. It was all so that they could leave on a new journey in search of the next fragment, a short break between trips, backdropped by the pleasant scent of black tea. Where are you going this time? If you go north, I'm heading south. Then if you go east, I'm heading west. I hope we can find another charming tale like this one. Next time, I hope you aren't playing the villain again, Burn. If you do, being the bad guy was pretty fun. I wonder what kind of tale we'll find next, and what kind of tale we'll meet in. To a pair of lovers, the Sea of Fragments is tiny. Children of Paradise, the Sea of Fragments is pretty huge. Ghost in the Shell? We'll meet again, when something else cries. Sounds good. Let's do that. We will meet again when something else cries. Aha. The happy voices of the witches faded into the distance. So long, everyone. See you again when something else cries. When something else cries. Complete the episode 8 Tea Party. After decades. It was the largest banquet hall in this huge hotel. The many guests that filled the room chattered and applauded the person receiving an award trophy on top of the stage. The sign in front said award ceremony from Japan's greatest publishers. And now I would like to begin the novel category. The winner is that fantasy adventure novel we all know so well. The story that started a worldwide movement that centuries continues to grow in leaps and bounds. Sakutaro's Great Adventure. The projector in front of the audience showed a brief summary of the series. It was a lengthy fantasy adventure novel that was already more than 8 installments long. The thrilling fantasy story told of the adventures of Sakataro, a coward vegetalion who makes friends, learns through his experiences, and grows in his search for the one fragment. The main character's catchphrase, "I'll become the king of the beasts," was even... Is that a Naruto reference? Was even one of the candidates for the Buzzwords of the Year award. In addition to being a thrill to read, the books also contain many messages for children to learn from, earning it high praise as an adventure novel that parents and kids could enjoy reading together. However, it hadn't received such high praise from the beginning. For the first 6 volumes, it went almost entirely unnoticed, but last year when foreign translations of the series began, it got its big break and suddenly became a huge topic of conversation. Even before this series, the author had created quite a lot of works, but none of those achieved any public acclaim. However, after this sudden rise in notoriety, her previous works were being re-evaluated one after another. In that sense, it'll probably be fair to call her an author who went unrecognized for quite a long time. Miss Kotobuki, congratulations on your award. Your latest Sakutaro Goes to the Witch's Island was truly an excellent read. Publishing company executives repeatedly showered her with praise. Sakutaro's Great Adventure. The author's name was Kotobuki. Yukari. Nearly all of her royalties were sent to a fund to support needy children. And she herself had served as the director at several protective institutions. Some envious people tried to call this fake charity, but the more that people learned about it, the more those voices withered and died away. Kotobuki Yukari. By now that name rang loud and clear across Japan. She sat in a chair cheerfully chatting with the people who came to greet her. Last year, she was diagnosed with the initial stages of cancer, and after the surgery, her physical strength dropped sharply. Because of this, even in this stand-up award ceremony, she was given a chair and sat down while greeting people. Some people lamented, saying that if only she had been 20, even 10 years younger, she might have left her mark in history as one of the greatest authors of the 21st century. It had taken so long for her to receive the praise she deserved. She could no longer be called young. Even so, her determination to write had not wavered in the slightest. The story had gone around that even during her stay in the hospital, most of her time had been spent typing away. She's always says the same thing, that she hadn't finished telling everything she needed to tell. Did she mean that she hadn't fully completed Sakutaro's Great Adventure? When that question was asked by a journalist, this is how she answered. If by writing even one more book, I can teach just one more child how to find happiness, then I will spend the rest of my life writing every book, every page that I can, because I still haven't fully conveyed the precious teachings I was given. Miss Kotobuki, congratulations on your award. I hear the movie adaptation has been getting splendid reviews as well. If you keep this up, you might even pass up Harry Potter's award. The Hairy Potato. It was named of a fantasy series that had become a worldwide hit. Thank you very much for your kind words. It's more than I deserve. Oh, I forgot to tell you, my name is EKS, head of Company X's first editorial department. It is an honor to meet you. I hope we have a chance to work together sometime. Actually, Miss Kotobuki, I apologize for being abrupt, but have you heard of the novelist known as Hachijo Toya? Hachijo Toya, you say? She remembered that name from several decades ago. She hadn't expected to ever hear it again. Do you know that name? Have you met Hachijo by any chance? No, I have not. I did go to visit once, but I was an unknown back then. And since I suddenly barged into the publishing company office, it's hardly surprising that I was refused an interview. Oh, I didn't know that. Could it be that you're a fan of Hachijo's work? No, I just wanted to find out what sort of person she was. I see. Well, the truth is, about that novelist, Hachijo Toya would like to meet with you discreetly. To meet with me. Yes, not as a formal interview, but personally, off the record. If you're interested, we would be happy to arrange the meeting, but of course, this has nothing to do with work. Hachijo Toya wants to meet Kotobuki Yukari, just like how I realized that Ito Ikukuro was Hachijo Toya. Did she use my name to figure out my identity? The Rockenjima mystery has been called one of the greatest social phenomena at the turn of the century. That uproar, which dragged in enthusiasts from across the world, suddenly subsided after an event held by Hashimotoya, where she was going to unveil the diary of Ushiromiya Eva, which contained the truth. Though she had set up the event herself, she then outrageously disappeared without releasing the contents of the diary, drawing harsh criticism for doing so. However, a very, very obvious feeling had been revived in the public sphere that they had been prying into a terrible accident, with many victims purely out of curiosity, and so the frenzy surrounding the Rockenjima mystery had faded away quietly. Hashijo Toya. No, name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. She caught the public eye as a forger of Rockenjima mysteries. She claimed to have reached the truth and released groundbreaking works of fiction. One after another, she became famous as the driving force behind the Rockenjima mystery. After releasing that I was blah blah blah, I went to her publishing company to ask for an interview, but I didn't get one. At the time, I despised her. Back in the beginning, I thought she might have used the Rockenjima mystery as a publicity stunt to advance herself, but now I feel a bit grateful to her. If she hadn't refused to show her the diary in such an outrageous way, the Rockenjima catbox might still be the plaything of countless goats. She was indeed a forger who had toyed with the catbox, and I still had an uneasy feeling about her. However, at the same time, she was the one who, practically speaking, allowed Rockenjima to rest in peace. And did she really reach the truth? How had she reached something that seemed infinitely close to the truth, even from my perspective? Even now, after all these years, that's something I've wanted to know. What do you think, Miss Kotobuki? Of course, this is not an urgent request. I was told to tell you to take your time in making your decision if you wished. I understand.